I am excited to share this with you. At the beginning of the month, the Silph team recognized that there was a continual Sunrise tournament day going on, tournament after tournament, marathon going on. And one name had risen to the top of the leaderboard because he had weighted one of his cups. And I'm excited to sit down here with Ferg. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, Pokemon experience, that kind of thing.
I'm Ferg1013. I'm from Pinellas Park, Florida, but I do a lot of my battles in Tampa, Florida. A huge community there. They're really dedicated people. Trainers like Beaty's Chief, Lyndon Ryu, and a lot of other really strong battlers in that community.
Got to get those name drops in there.
Absolutely.
So 52 battles in a single day. Tell me about that. How was that?
It was wild. It was the craziest thing I've ever done by far. And I wanted to start the season off strong. And when I realized that Flash Tournaments was hosting this marathon, I thought about it for a while, and I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do it. I'm going to do it.
That's awesome. That's so much fun.
It was absolutely insane. I just thought, okay, yeah, I'll see how it goes, but ended up staying 27 hours straight. So, the thing was, this season, 3-4 days before the season started, I found out that you could only rank your first 6. And that had a big factor because I would have loved to rank my Tampa main tournament. So that was the big thing that made me think I'm not too sure if I should do this marathon because I want to get a good weighting in. I just decided you know what, I'm going to do it because there's a trophy involved, whoever, has the most wins.
Oh, that's cool.
My season 3 goals for Silph, one of them was earn a trophy. And seeing that opportunity.
Did you get the most wins, I imagine?
I did not. I
What?
lost by 1.
Oh,
the other
no.
guy stayed the entire 27 hours as well. He was my rival. At one point, I was 4 wins ahead of him, but
oh
you
man,
just get to a certain point and then you just make these crazy mistakes. Fatigue sets in. I dozed off once, but then woke up just before one of the tournaments started. Oh crap!
oh man.
A good 18 hours in, and just really start feeling like a zombie. It's absolutely insane. Honestly, the craziest thing I've ever done. I was up 39 hours because I had to work, just before the tournament started because I was already a little tired on the first round.
Nice, perfect.
Out of 11 tournaments, so it was wild. That's why I was I'll kind of see how it goes the first few. But I actually did really well in my first tournament. I went 5-1 and ended up winning that one. So my concern about the waiting was just out the window. I was I've already done really well. Let's do this.
What were your initial thoughts on Sunrise before going into this whole thing?
So, I knew few of the Pokemon were going to dominate it. Mantine, Vigoroth, and Galarian Stunfisk. That was going to be a core 3. And I really did see those 3 on pretty much every single team. And with the Mantine debuffs, I know it was going to be used a lot. And I'm typically not a big fan of Mantine for that. But it's interesting. I definitely did not want to see, Vigoroth be the top 1. But then this was a cup with Vigoroth being the top 1. So I was a little discouraged, but after trying a few different Pokemon, I was it's not too bad. It's pretty interesting. There's a few spice picks out there.
Yeah, you were pretty consistent with most of those. You had those 3 on every team. You had Abomasnow, ran almost all of them. Drifblim, you ran almost all of them. What I'm curious in is tell me about the Gyarados. What happened there? It was pretty late into the sequence, so is it just I need something to spice this up? Tell me about the Gyarados. What is that all about?
So Gyarados picks up some interesting matchups, beats Vigoroth. What else? All the fire type, they'll just easily eat them because there was one point where fire types were being a little bit of a pain. My rival used it the round before, and I'm I could try and use it. And it beats Stunfisk too. I think it barely beats Stunfisk as well. So Vigoroth Stunfisk, I was hey, that's it's pretty good, a core breaker. Tried it, had it on my team, but didn't use it as much as I'd like to.
How'd it feel to be number 1
Oh man,
there for a little
crazy, bit? I was number 1 pretty much the whole day.
Yeah.
And just around midnight, I saw someone overtook me.
Print screen. Nice.
right. I was like screenshotting like every hour, like oh, like pretty much the whole day. That was really cool. Man, yeah, it's just so crazy, such a roller coaster. But I was so happy to rank. Couldn't ask for a whole lot better than 5-1.
Yeah, right.
What's your closing advice for people doing Sunrise Cups now?
There's a few things. I would check into Wing Attack Mantine, as it beats Abomasnow. It beats the Mirror, and people just don't expect it. But one of the big things is Stunfisk will end up beating him, which normally he does pretty well against Stunfisk. And just to try like different things like Shadow Articuno I saw, and it's really cool because it has Icy Wind debuffs, and it's just a beast. Like only really Vigoroth and Stunfisk really counter him well.
Is that a Pokemon you think you can get away with just having a single charge move on?
Yeah, because I had a single move on that one.
Okay, all right.
If you did have a second move, it would be probably, I think it has Ancient Power. Yeah, it'd be Ancient Power to handle those fire types for sure. It's a crazy cup, and one other strat was like having Abomasnow lures in the Vigoroth, and then you switch to Drifblim, and that thing just walls Vigoroth. So it's another strat to look into. This cup's really interesting, and I can't tell you how many times my matches ended in a timeout because we both had a Mantine each other.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's so crazy.
Any shoutouts you want to give before we finish up here?
Oh yeah. Shout out to the Tampa Bay community, a really awesome community, really hardcore battlers. Like I said, there's Lyndon, Speediest Chief, and those guys. Just man, they're just amazing battlers. Like you can learn so much from them. They've got so much to offer, and really nice guys on top of everything. Really helpful. They're really respectful people, and I just love them. And also shout out to Flash Tournaments for hosting that 27-hour marathon. Absolutely insane. Like it was the most craziest thing I've ever done by far. And shout out to Aerosol, who won that marathon. Aerosol is such a beast of a battler, man.
Awesome.
And he deserves that trophy for sure.
Well, thanks again so much for sitting down doing this with me, and best of luck to you in the rest of this season. Thank you so much for joining us with these player interviews. We hope to do some more of them. If you've got a battler that you know that you would love to see featured, hit us up on Silph. Hit us up in the comments. I check those pretty regularly. Until next time, thanks for joining, and we'll catch you out there, battlers. I need to come up with an end tagline. And thank you for joining us. If there's a battler in your area that you'd love to see featured, hit us up in the comments, on Twitter. Let us know what's going on in the Silph world. And until next time, we'll see you. Keep on battling.